Class B or C. I mean, you're doing really, from what I see on your
yeah,
website, it's primarily all Class A, right?
Yeah, most of it's Class A for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do a couple of value add deals, but as long as it's in a Class A location.
So how do you add value to a Class A property that's already, like my experience, like
Sure.
I used to be in private equity, and maybe this is a naive question, but a lot of times what we would do is buy like Class C and make it into Class B. We were never trying to be the Class A guy.
Right.
Or we'd buy Class B and maybe make it into like a B plus.
Right.
But how do you add value to a property that's already Class A?
Sometimes what happens is you actually just buy the property at the right time and you just raise rents.
Yeah.
There's other components to it as well. Like I personally feel with interest rates being high, you're able to buy at a higher cap rate. When interest rates go down, the cap rates go lower. That's probably the biggest value creation, right? Because if you're selling at a 4 cap and you're buying at a 5.5, you have to do 0 and you just made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. The other thing is expenses. Insurance got crazy. So you're buying it, right now, if it's $2,000 or $2,500 per door, the underwriting, and then insurance comes down to normalized, which is $800, $1,000, $1,500. That's a lot of bottom line dollars right there. But then also in growth markets, you will get now. Will rents go 3% every year? No, that's what the model says it will do. But it's going to go flat, then it's going to go up, then it's going to go flat, then may come down a little bit. But if you look at all the factors that are going into play here, right? Yeah. Home prices are continuing to go up. The cost of living is continuing to go up. Actually, renting is not only going to be forced upon people, but it's a great option because you got great amenities and you're taking care of people, and the stuff that we're buying. People in Florida, we have over 10,000 units in Florida. People are continuing to come down. So to keep it simple, I always said this, where people go, the returns go.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think too, like you guys have such scale now that, I imagine you can, even if you're not able to add tremendous value by, changing the amenities or adding different features and benefits to the property.
Because you don't have to, because they're already done.
You could just reduce the expenses, right? I mean, by bringing in maybe your own in-house management.
That's right.
Or like you said, going through the insurance.
And sharing staff, starting to run the maintenance different ways.
Getting creative that way.
Yeah. I want to give you a scenario. Let's assume that you lost everything today, right? And then you got planted in New Jersey, right? You had to start from 0 to make 200 doors. What would be your steps to get there?
Well, it's simple. I'd start calling every broker. I'd start calling everybody that's connected to the real estate, and I would just start focusing on the deal. I wouldn't focus on anything else. I wouldn't focus on raising money. I wouldn't focus on the network. I wouldn't focus on the confidence. I wouldn't focus on any of that stuff. I wouldn't focus on the banking. I'd focus on the deal. The number one thing and the important thing about getting a deal is actually having a deal, because all the other stuff comes in line. And the people who control the deals are the people who control the deals, which are the brokers. So I'd focus fully on them, and I would just build massive value. I wouldn't waste a bunch of their time. I'd call them and say, hey, you know what? My name is Ryan Secco. I've been doing real estate for the last, call it 25 years, really institutional for the last 10. Bought and sold over $5 billion worth of real estate. I love your market. I've already done a lot of research on your market. This is where I'm going to stick and stay. I need your help to get these deals going. What deals, like what 4 or 5 deals can I look at right now? Promise I won't waste your time. I'll look at them, give me one day. I'll get back with you with some feedback tomorrow, and then we can just expand from there. And I would do that 10 times so I can start finding these deals, because the relationships, again, the people have to believe in you and me in order to award us the deal. Once they award me the deal, now I already know what to do with it, right? Now I'm going out, now I'm working on phase 2, which is the deck. If I don't know how to raise money, I know how to raise money, right? But if I'm starting from scratch, I don't want to go and raise 100% of it, because I'm building a base. I want to go and put 30% down. So I get the deal. Now I start focusing on the debt, and I'm going to ask the guy who I called, who would you use for debt? Who's your relationships? Right? And then the third thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have a deal. I'm going to put a little package together, and I'm going to start going to these networking events saying, hey, look, I got this deal under control, under contract. I'm putting money in. I've already got the majority of it raised. I'm going to put you down for what, 50, 200, 250, 300. How much do you got? How liquid are you? By the way, do you have an IRA? And then step 4 is I'm going to just keep working.
You've thought about this before. I love this.
This is what I do, though. This is what I do, right? This is what I do. So I got the deal, I got the debt, I've got the equity now, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to close the deal. But that deal gave me all that confidence to do all that stuff.
I think the